everyone. Welcome back to Ghostwood, the Twin Peaks podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Charles Skaggs, back in the basement of solitude, hiding out from the coronavirus, getting some much-needed therapy with my friend, my longtime co-host, and just all-around wonderful person, Xan Sprouse. How you doing, Xan?
Co-host slash co-conspirator. How are you, Charles?
Slash support group, slash
support group, slash...
Exactly.
Yes.
But anyway, I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing all right. I'm hanging in there with the coronavirus. I'm staying home with the... Charles and I...
Yes.
Are both only children caring for elderly parents.
Right.
And I can say that because they're...
Hold on.
So, I don't...
seems glitchy.
Missed that part.
Oh no. I said I can say that we have elderly parents because they're so elderly they're probably not going to listen to this podcast.
Nice. Probably.
Yeah. Not that they, not that they can't hear. It's just my mom said to me the other day, she said, there's been all kinds of Twin Peaks stuff on Showtime.
What's up with
that?
that?
And I told her, yeah.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, it's the 30th anniversary of Twin Peaks. And she looked at me, she said, I tried. I really tried. She's not all that into Twin Peaks, and so she likes to listen to us. She just has no idea what we're talking about, so it's hard for her to
at least your mom made the effort. My mom wouldn't even know. You know, like my mom would be like my mom has zero awareness. I mean, I think maybe like 1% awareness, and she knows that I like Twin Peaks, and that's as far as it goes.
But does she know that you do a little show on the Internet Talkie Box? I don't know.
She knows that I do podcasts, but she doesn't know what I specifically talk about.
Okay. So, she probably knows enough to say Charles does a podcast.
Yes.
When she's talking to her girlfriends.
Yes.
And that's about as far as it goes.
Exactly. That's it. That's where the conversation just screeches right to a halt.
Right.
Abruptly. So
we love. Here's the long and short of it. We love our mothers, but they do not love what we love.
Exactly. So. Yeah. There's a. It's. I mean. Okay. So at least here I have that spousal issue because my wife Lori is not a Twin Peaks fan.
No, but she understands.
She understands my obsession with it.
The concept of loving a TV show and that kind of stuff.
She understands fandom. So which is and we also have like things that we watch and we're fans of together. So so she does have that understanding. It's just in this particular area she doesn't share my particular interest. But she so she knows that I do the Twin Peaks podcast, and so at least there's.
And if she wanted to listen to it, she would know how to do that.
Exactly, she's actually physically capable of like going on the computer box and making with the clicky and downloading and stuff if she wanted
and
to.
Listening to your Internet Talkie show.
Yes.
Right.
But since she doesn't, I can talk whatever I want, basically. So. Getting away with it,
right? And we don't talk about Lori because we're going to keep her out of it, and she doesn't like Twin Peaks, so there's not much to talk about when it comes to Lori or Chris, frankly.
Right, exactly. Unless it would be something like like where, and this is something we could probably talk about in our discussion, like when Lori and I went over to watch the Twin Peaks: The Return premiere with you and Chris at your place. So,
or the fact that you took Lori on a date to see Fire Walk with me, and she still married you.
Yeah, still. So that limited window where Twin Peaks Fire Walk with me was actually in the theater.
That 2 weeks. That
glorious 2 weeks. Well, it just so happened that the universe aligned, and Lori was visiting from Utah, coming out here to see me because we had this kind of long distance thing going at the time. And then I took her to go see Twin Peaks Fire Walk with me because I really wanted to see it. And somehow she still ended up marrying me. I have no idea how that happened.
Even with a movie with a teenage hooker bar scene.
Right.
Here we are. You guys have been married, 20 years now?
We have been married 23 years as of
last week.
4 days ago.
Oh, that's right.
Yep, this week
Happy anniversary, Charles.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So it's been a busy week here for me because, hey, Sunday, Lori and I had our 23rd anniversary that we got to celebrate by hanging out at our house
staying indoors
and not doing anything because of the stupid coronavirus. And then yesterday, as many of you know, on April 8th was the 30th anniversary of Twin Peaks.
30th anniversary of Twin Peaks.
That little thing.
Oh my God, 30 years.
And doing everything that was involved in celebrating that, some of which we'll talk about. And then, hey, today, the day after Twin Peaks, which for some reason we're not doing this on the 30th anniversary, but because it's Thursday and that's our thing.
There was enough going on yesterday.
Yeah,
we didn't want to dilute everything that was happening.
Well, that and also, I think Xan probably could have appreciated the extra day. I'm guessing.
Well, that and we're going to compete with Kyle MacLachlan's live tweeting.
True.
I mean, come on.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I wouldn't listen to us if those were my choices.
I am aware of my place in the universe. I know that I'm fully aware that if it came to Kyle MacLachlan or me, I understand that everybody's going to go with Kyle MacLachlan. I'm cool with that. I understand that. I've accepted this. I've moved on. But
Kyle MacLachlan and his wonderful Beethoven hair.
Exactly.
Yeah. Did you see that where he made that announcement and his hair is all puffy and he's like, I am channeling my inner Beethoven, and I'm like, yeah, you are, aren't you?
There was there was like Beethoven / Albert Einstein going on there.
He's like, I am channeling my inner Beethoven.
But you noticed it was gray; it wasn't brown, dyed brown.
No, I wonder what that means.
Question.
What does that mean?
Too many questions. All right. So here we are, 30 years later after the pilot, plus a day. Go figure. And needless to say, I don't know about you. I guess my first question to you is, how did you celebrate the 30th anniversary?
Well, I slept in.
Or did you?
I watched Kyle MacLachlan's live tweet of the pilot.
Right.
And then I watched his Q&A.
On Instagram.
On Instagram. Yep. So I did that kind of stuff. And then I switched over to Showtime and watched their marathon of The Return.
Nice.
And do you want to know something funny, Charles?
Yeah.
After the last episode of Twin Peaks: The Return aired, do you know what Showtime had?
No. What did they have?
Carrie. And I just thought it was so funny. I'm like,
Carrie Page, Carrie. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, I was watching it and I saw it was like Twin Peaks: The Return and then Carrie. I'm like, that is a major inadvertent spoiler right there.
Right.
So, but it kind of felt like it flowed because it took things full circle because it was the Sissy Spacek Carrie.
Yeah, and Sissy Spacek we've talked about when we talked about Eraserhead.
Married to Jack Fisk, and so it sort of felt like, but it was just something about the fact that it was episode 18 of The Return.
Yeah.
Leading into Carrie. I'm like, no, don't tell her name, don't say it.
Yeah.
So it was. I thought that was funny. What about you, Charles?
Yeah, well, obviously, it would have been nice if Showtime. I mean, granted, it was very cool that Showtime actually re-aired The Return for the 30th anniversary. Unfortunately, they didn't have I'm guessing they didn't have the rights to the original series, or
I don't think so because right now, and I don't know how this happened.
I know it's on Netflix, so
it's on CBS All Access.
This is true. That's it. Maybe that's it that they can't do it, but hey, Showtime's owned by CBS, so you think they could do it, right?
But why is it on CBS All Access and not ABC? It's weird to me.
Yeah, because it was produced by CBS, a company that was owned by CBS Productions, I guess.
Or maybe they bought up a bunch of stuff.
I think Paramount maybe owned them.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but it's weird because although you have to think that if
Paramount
ABC,
on CBS, yeah.
Yeah, if ABC had it, it would probably be on Disney Plus, and that is not where you want Twin Peaks to be.
No, I have a feeling, we would not see Twin Peaks on Disney Plus at all.
I really don't want to see Twin Peaks on Disney Plus. Yeah, that's not good.
Exactly. So I celebrated it. Like you, I was there for the live tweeting, and if you follow the Ghostwood account on the Twitters, you know that I was live tweeting right along with Kyle MacLachlan.
Yep.
tweeting furiously. I even got a like from Kyle MacLachlan,
Heck
who
yeah, you did.
who liked my tweet about the scene in the pilot where, and we'll talk about this, where Sarah Palmer is getting a sedative by Doc Hayward, and I did the tweet that that Sarah's Frogmoth could really use that sedative right now.
Really use it right now.
And
Do you want to F with this?
And that's the one he liked. That's the one he liked.
That's a good one. Yeah, he was pretty good with everybody. I remember somebody had a Paul Atreides action figure.
Yes, I saw that.
And
he's like, "Long live the fighters!"
and said, "This is the closest I've." He said, "Long live the fighters." I thought that was fantastic.
I was like, yes, he said the thing or typed the thing, but
I like the fact that Kyle MacLachlan, he's not like pulling a Leonard Nimoy on us. He's not doing the "I am not Cooper" thing.
Yes,
he is very well aware that he was born to play the role of Agent Cooper.
Yeah,
that they are a symbiotic relationship. Agent Cooper does not thrive without Kyle MacLachlan, and Kyle MacLachlan would be good no matter what, but I think he is the legend he is because of Agent Dale Cooper.
Oh yeah, and I think he's probably the first to admit that, but he also knows that, well, hey, he's gone on and done other things like Portlandia, Dune, or
Sex and the
City. I want to say Desperate Housewives. Wasn't he on Desperate Housewives, if I'm not mistaken? Or no?
See, I quit watching that after they stopped talking about that murder mystery.
I never watched it. So
it started out as a murder mystery, and then once they kind of abandoned that, I was like, I really don't care about this.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you ever saw that. I can't think of the name of the movie, but he played Cary Grant, and he's he does a great Cary Grant impression. And you know what, Charles, I've talked about this before. You know how much I love revenge stories.
Yes.
I love the movie Showgirls for that very reason. So, you know.
Just so happens it has Kyle MacLachlan in it. But yeah.
It just so, and I'm sorry, if you like alien monster movies, you could do a lot worse than to watch The Hidden, because The Hidden is amazing. I think that's a fantastic movie. And I love Kyle MacLachlan in it. So he could do comedy too. He's Flintstones, and he does kids movies.
Right.
House of the Clock in Its Walls.
Right.
Fantastic. Kyle MacLachlan's always fantastic.
It just seems like he has a very he has that kind of attitude that he's very relatable. That he's not stuck up. He's not like, to use a Doctor Who comparison, he's not like Christopher Eccleston, where he doesn't want to associate with the role anymore. And he actually, he embraces his fans, the Twin Peaks fandom, and he just seems like he's very comfortable with it.
He's also, I think he realizes that an actor, I believe, an actor is lucky if they're able to get the part they were born to play, the part that seems like it wouldn't be anything special until the actor came to it.
Yeah.
And I think if we're going to look back on the history of television, you could say something like Andy Griffith on the Andy Griffith Show, but that's a little bit too obvious.
Yeah.
But I think somebody else who is a good example of a role they were born to play would be John Astin and Gomez Addams.
Right. Perfection.
He played Gomez Addams on the 60s Addams Family TV show and on the late 80s, early 90s cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
As the voice.
Didn't he come back for they were TV movies or something? I want to say, because I remember seeing him as Gomez Addams in color.
He might have. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I know that when they did the cartoon,
like in the 80s or something,
in the late 80s, early 90s, they did a cartoon that looked like the Charles Addams drawings.
Right.
So, and I loved it, but John Astin was Gomez again.
Yeah.
And I think that's a role. I mean, no disrespect intended to Raul Julia.
Right.
But I really think that Gomez Addams and John Astin are, another symbiotic character-actor relationship type of a thing.
Right.
And and I mean, you have those kinds of things where a character is iconic,
Right.
and the actor is just at their absolute best. And you have really great actors who I don't necessarily think get that. You know, they get a couple of things they're great in. Like even somebody like a Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
You know, what is their quintessential role? Is it Han Solo? Is it Indiana Jones? Is it Jack Ryan? I don't know. I mean, it's just Harrison Ford's just good, but he doesn't. I don't feel like he has that thing. You know,
That definitive role.
Role that the symbiote. Exactly. Even you could even say it about Mark Hamill. Is it the Joker or is it Luke Skywalker? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both fantastic, but it's like you can't have both.
I'm sure a lot of people would. I'm sure a lot of people would have said Luke Skywalker until he did the voice of the Joker on Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah. I mean, just because he's my favorite Joker doesn't mean that I feel like that is his symbiotic thing.
Right.
You know? And so, but I think actors get lucky when they're able to have something like that and have it be a positive experience, unlike someone like an Adam West where it just became a typecasting thing.
Yeah.
But with Kyle MacLachlan, he was able to be, you know, Special Agent Dale Cooper and all the other roles he's done.
And then go on and do something else. Yeah.
Go on and do something else, but then still be able to come back to Agent Dale Cooper and have it be as good, if not better, than it was 30 years ago.
Right.
And so I think that's a really special thing for an actor, and I think Kyle MacLachlan knows that he's lucky to have it.
Yeah. The other during that live tweeting, also Machen Amick was part of that.
Yes.
And so it was very cool to have her there because obviously she was interacting with Kyle a lot back and forth, and then because of her, Dana Ashbrook was responding to stuff that she was posting.
I know, that was so great.
So that was kind of good because there's that one moment in the pilot where Bobby's going like, you know, that like I loved her and she loved me.
Loved me.
Yeah, and then Machen Amick is going, wait, Bobby loved her?
Yeah, I thought that was adorable.
And then Dana Ashbrook responds, well, it's complicated.
I thought that was so funny. Oh my God.
I laughed pretty hard at that.
And I liked that it was Machen with Kyle MacLachlan because if you think about it, they didn't do a lot together on screen.
No.
And that was one thing I liked when we were talking about the From Z to A box set with the interview with him and Cheryl Lee, because until episode 18 of their return, or even until, you know, we had those scant couple of scenes in the waiting room with the two of them. But otherwise, there wasn't a lot going on with Cooper and Laura.
No. And
so it's fun to see that when you can have the actors talking about their experiences when they aren't exactly talking about the same exact scenes all the time.
Well, and apparently that was like the first time they'd ever been interviewed together.
Yeah, which is interesting because
just like you would think after all this time somebody would have done it by now.
Somebody would have been able to get them both in the same room together. Yeah, but I always find that interesting when actors are able to talk about an experience that wasn't necessarily the same exact experience where, oh, remember we did this scene and blah, blah, blah. You know, they can talk about different things, which I thought was.
Yeah. So then MacLachlan did the Q&A on Instagram that you talked about. And then apparently he came back later in the evening. And
I missed that.
And live tweeted again because he live tweeted the return part 17.
Oh man, why didn't I see that? I should have had my phone on me.
Yeah, I missed that too. So I think Team Ghost would totally drop the ball there, but
maybe it's in his saved videos and we can watch it later.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So it was very cool. Like he didn't just do one live tweet. He came back and did a second one after doing an Instagram. So he had basically said, "Okay, I'm going to devote my entire day to this."
See, and I love it when not like he has anywhere to go.
No, but I mean, but
he's trying to stay alive and keep the rest of us alive. Thank you very much, Kyle MacLachlan.
But you know, he could have just sat there in front of the TV, in his pajamas. He
could have done something. Yeah, he could have done something else. But
scarfing down a ginormous bag of popcorn. But
I appreciate that he
He did.
First of all, I appreciate that he embraces the phenomena that he was part of.
Right.
And I appreciate that he's staying the F home like we're supposed to.
Right.
And I like that. I appreciate that. I respect him for that.
Yeah. I've been really amazed at a lot of the celebrities doing the live tweeting, because over on Next Stop Everywhere, we talked about how there's been a lot of live tweeting from actors and showrunners about Doctor Who. So it's cool that Kyle reached out to everybody, said, hey, on his Twitter account, he said, hey, I was thinking we should do a live tweet on the 30th anniversary. What should we watch?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, hey, we need to watch the pilot because we've got a lot to talk about. So
sure, if we got a lot to talk about.
We got a lot to talk about.
And I think it's been fun. Like this past Saturday.
Yeah.
Our friend Scott Ryan of Blue Rose Magazine did his own little. He couldn't go to Graceland because Graceland got canceled.
Right, and we talked about that last time.
Yeah, so he did his own little impromptu thing where it was the Harold Smith stay-at-home convention.
Okay.
And he talked to Charlotte Stewart, Sherilyn Fenn, Rebecca Del Rio, Kimmy Robertson, and he talked to Lenny Von Dolen. And they were all in their homes, they were all staying safe, and I think it was really great. And I will say, head on over to Scott's Facebook page.
Yeah. And
check out his videos, because he did a hilarious video where it's him and Kimmy Robertson. It's a joint production.
Yeah.
Where he does a social distancing masterclass.
Okay.
And Kimmy takes it. It's an adorable skit. It's very, very funny.
You should
highly recommend.
You should put us a link on our Ghostwood page.
I should link that. Yeah. I just, head on over to Blue Rose Magazine and Scott Ryan's page and check that out. But I should put a link there. But it was extremely funny. So
now the other thing
we've both been celebrating.
Yeah, the other thing I did yesterday, I got basically, I had a couple of, like, Jesse Jackson from Next Stop Everywhere and our former partner in time, Karen Lindsay, saw this post by Eric Goldman, who's Goldman
of Fandom?
Of Fandom. And
what happened with that, Charles?
Yeah, well, hey, he was looking for comments to. He's writing up an article about Twin Peaks 30th anniversary, so he asked people to come on and post some comments about how they got into Twin Peaks and whatnot. And so I did, and sure enough, yours truly got quoted in the article.
Yeah, you did.
And well, hey, so did Xan, because I mentioned you and that we were co-hosts of Ghostwood, the Twin Peaks podcast, and sure enough, that got in the article as well. So
I was having a bad day that day, and I got pissed off that Fandom wouldn't let me create a profile from my phone.
I was having trouble with that. I was having trouble with that too. So I don't think it's their website.
It was really. So I was like, oh, I'll have to do this on my real computer, and then the cat started taking a face washing time, and I got caught up in watching my cat wash her face, and I just completely forgot. And then I see your link, and I'm like, oh, thank God, Charles actually did that, because that's awesome.
Yeah, because I think Jesse and Karen, they copied you in the link or whatever, and they say, hey,
yeah, they did.
Dude, you should write something for this. And so so I did. Yep. And so I was
Jesse was like, this is right up your alley, guys. You might want to get on this.
Yeah, so I did.
Good job.
I do what I'm told, and I did that. And
Jesse says jump, we say how high.
Exactly. Well, hey, he's my sort of father-in-law, because he gave Lori away at our wedding. So
that's right. I mean, but just keep in mind, Jesse, that we're going to be 2 hours late because you're behind us 2 hours. You're in Mountain Time.
1 hour. He's in Central.
Is he just 1 hour? Okay, good.
Texas. Right. Texas is. He's around the Dallas area, so it's Central. But
that works.
But anyway, well, so if you want to look at something else besides yours truly's quote, there's also new quotes from Dana Ashbrook, Michael Horse, and Amy Shields, who you may know and remember, of course, is Candy.
Candy. Yeah. Candy, where's my Bloody Mary?
Exactly.
So, Charles, gonna have to bring down the room here a little bit.
Oh, I think I know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Would this be a certain composer you're gonna talk about?
We've been doing some celebrating this week, but last week was a sad week.
Yes.
Oh crap! I thought I turned off all the alarms. Okay. Yes,
Apparently that's your bad news alarm.
that's the bad news alarm. It's time for the cats to eat. So that's a Chris problem right now.
Okay.
Yes, the death of Christoph Penderecki. We lost Christoph Penderecki last week. So
very sad.
Um,
Obviously,
that,
for those of you who know, the composer of the Threnody for the people of Hiroshima.
for the people of Hiroshima.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And from the Return Part 8 that was featured.
Yep, the Return Part 8, the greatest hour of television in the history of television.
So yeah, obviously a Twin Peaks connection, major.
Mm-hmm. It was not Corona related though, so it was just he was in his 90s. It was just his time,
right?
But so it's nothing scary. I just wanted to
hopefully acknowledge peacefully.
Yes. I just wanted to acknowledge his talent, and I have been a fan of his since I was in high school. I first heard about him from the Shining soundtrack.
Right.
And so it's my our thoughts go out to all of his fans and his family and friends.
Of course. Yeah, definitely.
And thank you for the music, sir.
Exactly. And if you want, go watch the Return Part 8 and celebrate his wonderful talent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go watch. Just watch Part 8. You want to.
Or even just turn the visuals off and just listen to the music.
Yeah, seriously, it's beautiful.
Exactly.
It's the most beautiful hour of television in the history of television. I'm not kidding.
Exactly. So, so that was that's the weekend in Twin Peaks, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Now, today's episode that we're going to review, obviously in honor of the 30th anniversary, we're going to be doing our commentary for the pilot, a.k.a. Northwest Passage.
Which we said we would do 2 weeks ago before Kyle MacLachlan even decided to do it. So, we're not copying him.
Exactly.
It's just coincidence.
We're on the record. You can look at the dates of the posting.
Yep.
So, we did not steal this idea. I'm sure a lot of people have done the same thing, that they're either going to watch the pilot or review it or whatever. So it's not obviously original idea, but now this is something we talked about before on the podcast, way back in episode 4 of Ghostwood, way back, and this is very eerie, on April 7th, 2017.
What? How weird is that?
Right? So, 3 years and 2 days difference.
That's crazy.
So back then, we didn't do the commentary. We talked about the episode and ran through it and discussed, the events.
Mm-hmm.
But today we're going to do the commentary. Because
let's do it.
We've been doing commentaries lately, and hopefully everybody is enjoying those. Just if you do so, please, let us know, and we'll tell you how to do that later on after.
Yep.
But for right now, we're gonna. If you want to rewatch. I shouldn't say watch. You want to rewatch the Twin Peaks pilot, because I'm presuming you watched it before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you haven't.
If you haven't, we're here to guide you through it.
Exactly. You're in for a ride. Let's just put it that way. Yep. So everybody, if you want to cue your episodes up right to the very beginning this time, we're going to change things up a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to watch the credits this time.
Right.
Now, we are not, I got it where it's black.
Yes.
Black before it starts.
Black before black before the credits, not after.
Yeah, black before the credits. We are not doing the Log Lady commentary, because that's a can of worms. We want to pretend like it's, April 8th, 1990 again.
Exactly.
And we didn't have those until 1995 when this aired on Bravo.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, this is this is classic pilot.
This is classic pilot.
This is not the European version with the alternate ending.
Mm-hmm.
This is the original as broadcast on ABC on Sunday night at 9 p.m. on April 8th, 1990.
9 p.m. Sunday, April 8th, 1990, Eastern Standard Time. From here on in, I work without a script.
Right after America's Funniest Home Videos.
Holy crap.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
I know this because I wanted to look up the specific time that it aired, and they had a TV guide listing, and I'm like, holy crap, America's Funniest Home Videos.
Holy crap for crap.
And
you don't know what's coming your way, Bob Saget.
Yeah, but apparently, like Twin Peaks kept all of the America's Funniest Home Videos audience, which was huge. It was like over 20 million
Yeah, it was huge, and
back in the
oh my
day.
God, did it probably blow their minds?
Pretty much. I'm sure
Yeah,
they had no
because
idea what the hell they were watching.
TV was never the same after this.
Exactly. So this
Seriously.
you don't hear you hear the phrase game changer a
Oh,
lot,
yeah.
but
I
but
forgot.
um, but this is one of those that was truly a game changer in terms of television, in terms of storytelling, in terms of characters, visuals, music, and we're all
Yeah.
the better for it, I think.
I can't believe I actually forgot to tell you about this, but one of the people Scott Ryan had was David Patrick Kelly.
Ah, Jerry Horn
And
himself, yes.
yeah, one of the things that they talked about how Twin Peaks changed television, and this was something I'd never thought of. Yes.
Sorry, I had to work that in.
He
Apologies for throwing you off.
he actually did talk about the bottle scene in The Warriors, and he said that was they gave him some bottles. They're like do something with this, and he put it on his fingers.
Nice.
So
Warriors, come out and play.
Which way to be iconic as hell, David Patrick Kelly.
Yeah,
thank you.
Exactly.
So he said that back in the 80s and 90s, TV was like where you washed up,
Right.
or where you first started or where you washed up. He's like, but not now.
Nope.
TV is where you want to be. TV is like,
because nobody goes to the movie theaters anymore. They're all.
That's the thing. TV is like you get some of the best storytelling and the best acting and everything on television. It doesn't. It's not that Scarlet Letter that it used to be.
And I think it pisses off a lot of old directors because
I think it might. Yeah.
Because they feel. I think they feel resentful. They're like people should want to go to the theaters, and it's like no, they don't want to do that anymore because a lot of audiences suck. So
a lot of people are horrible people in public.
Yeah,
so
and the concession prices are ridiculous, so they want to stay home.
Except Marcus Theaters, $5 Tuesday.
There you go.
Plug you for free as long as you keep up $5 Tuesday. Anyway.
There you go.
And hot dogs are $2. Okay.
Nice.
Popcorn is free, and hot dogs are $2. So anyway, but yeah, that's just another effect on television that Twin Peaks had that I hadn't even thought about. That it made it, must-see filmmaking rather than.
Well, this is this is obviously before like the big HBO dramas or anything. So this was like one of your first breakthrough must-watch television shows. Your water cooler shows. I mean, you had stuff like you did have stuff like Who Shot JR and Dallas and all that, but this was the avant-garde television.
Right. This was, we had that here, the Who Shot JR and the Who Killed Laura Palmer were a sort of the same kind of, we're working up to that sort of a thing. But Who Shot JR was like 3 seasons in.
Yeah.
For Dallas.
Right.
So, and people were watching Dallas because they were watching Major Nelson.
Yeah.
It's not like, I mean, they were watching Barbara Bel Geddes or they were established names that people were like, oh, hey, he has a new show. But this was mostly new people. We had TV veterans like Peggy Lipton and filmmaking veterans like Piper Laurie and Broadway veterans and, everything like that. But our main characters were brand new people to us.
Right.
So I mean, Kyle MacLachlan was just off of the heels of a Oscar-nominated film, but still, I mean, he wasn't exactly a household name like a Peggy Lipton would be.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so it was very, very different. So should we get into it?
Yeah, we might as well because this thing's an hour and a half, so we better get started.
Oh man, we gotta
get going.
Oh yeah, see, and I have the day off tomorrow, so I'm
Well, I'm working from home, so it's not like I have to go far.
At least you don't have to shower in the morning.
Right,
so.
Exactly. Although I do shower, but yeah, just for the record. All right. Hygiene is important, kids, especially now.
Hygiene's important, but sometimes it can wait until lunchtime.
Exactly. And on that note, everybody synchronize TV, visual, computer devices, laptops, iPads, whatever. We're on the black before the credits. And if everybody's ready, we'll press play in 3, 2, 1. Doink.
Ding. Oh, it's a birdie. So this is another thing that these opening credits don't necessarily tell you a whole hell of a lot about what the show is going to be about.
No.
These opening credits, thinking about other TV shows that might have started like this, like a Laverne and Shirley, where the opening credits are in the brewery and it's about two girls that work at a brewery. The Sawmill is sort of a B character. It really has nothing to do with this show. I mean, it has to do with the fact that we're in the Pacific Northwest.
This is a logging town.
Yeah, it has to do with the side story of Captain Horn and what a horrible person Benjamin Horn is.
Right.
But it's also interesting, too, because we're not actually sawing wood. We're making the saw blades that are going to saw the wood.
Yeah, exactly. And
interesting.
Here's a big log.
Yeah. And so, now we know that we are in Twin Peaks and we've got, again, we're alphabetical names. And right now I'm thinking, okay, I know Richard Bamer's name, but these are very young people in some of their first really big stuff that, Peggy Lipton.
Like Peggy Lipton, who hasn't been on, wasn't on a major series since probably the Mod
for about
Squad.
20 years.
Yeah,
for about 20 years. Or someone like Jack Nance, who's really well known to, or Ray Wise, was well known to, like I said, to my generation because of, as a 9-year-old girl, Natty Gann was like my hero. So every girl my age knows Ray Wise. But yeah, Piper Laurie, Russ Tamblyn, these are some big names in amongst some people who I'm not sure I know, some very young new stars.
I just noticed that Catherine Martell's first name is spelled with a K, not a C.
Oh, now that's different.
Yeah.
That changes.
Game changer.
No, interesting.
Just thought it was interesting.
So we've got these long credits where you have...
And I really like the long credits because I get to hear more of the great Angelo Badalamenti theme.
So you've got these long credits, and you think about long credit sequences before where, think about something like Simon and Simon or Magnum P.I., where it's all this action and then punching people out and stuff.
Right.
Here we've got ducks, we've got people making saw blades, we've got wood, and a soundtrack like you've never heard.
Right.
I mean, you've never heard anything like that before. And so...
And interestingly, the opening shot, the very first shot, is Josie looking into a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Which, when you take it in context with the finale of the original series of Kyle MacLachlan looking into a mirror.
Yeah.
It bookends it.
It definitely does bookend it. And what's she seeing in that mirror?
It's a good question.
Not what we see. It's because she sees all of her own secrets.
Josie's filled with secrets.
Oh my God, she's so beautiful. So, and we're like, and we're realizing here that he's giving us this story.
The lonesome foghorn blows.
We're not going to, our story is not going to be about any of these people. I mean, it's going to be about these people, but that's not going to be our main story.
Yep. Somebody's
we are
trashing up the beach.
We are 2 minutes in and we've got a dead body.
Right. I love that we get right into it. And obviously Lynch loves to take his time. We know that. But for right now, he jumps right into this. You're immediately right into the mystery.
And the only thing I can really think of off the top of my head that starts out this way, where you have, and remember, I think Law and Order premiered either the year before or the same year, where, you see a murder and then dun-dun, and then you spend an hour trying to figure it out.
Right.
But the only thing even remotely like Twin Peaks, where you start with a murder and then you spend a long time trying to figure out what happened, was probably The Fugitive. Where you've got, here's this murder, it's the one-armed man, let's find the one-armed man. But even then, you knew you're looking for a one-armed man. With Twin Peaks, we don't even know who we're looking for.
Right.
So.
And here we have Lucy.
And here's Lucy, yep.
So already at her most adorable.
at her most Luciness.
Yes.
The lamp that we moved from the corner, the black phone, not the brown phone. And so we know that this is a
very quirky
small town.
Yes.
Where there's not. Okay, here we go.
Oh, the iconic line, the first one.
Wrapped in plastic.
She's dead, wrapped in plastic.
Where? Michael Ontkean, another veteran.
Right.
So we've got, so we've got faces we've seen, but it's not. No one is starring in this yet.
Yeah. There's no stars yet. Okay.
Yeah, there's no star. So we don't quite know. It's like when we saw Scream for the first time.
There's a body.
And spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, Drew Barrymore dies in the first 10 minutes.
Right.
We don't know what the heck we're in for. So yeah, we know that this is a small town, a small police department.
Right.
They're not used to.
Now, I'm sure a lot of people, especially
going on.
Now, keep in mind the bland 90s TV landscape, early 90s TV landscape. So everybody's going into this thinking, well, hey, this is just some standard procedural. It's going to be very, straightforward.
Well, and if you're looking at Joan Chen and Piper Laurie there,
right.
Just from the way they're dressed, you're looking like, is this going to be like another Dallas or Dynasty?
Right, exactly.
With these women in furs and
exactly,
and crazy crap going on around them and stuff like that. So yeah, you have no idea what's going on. And then here we have Andy. I mean, this is again small police station. I mean, this is a small police force, a small town. They don't see this stuff very often.
Are we going to do this every damn time?
I want to know what happened in Mr. Blodgett's barn. I've yet to figure that out. Was it like Mr. Blodgett, or was it a bunch of kids, or was it cow mutilations?
Right, exactly. I kind of miss Andy crying like that.
Andy,
he only did it like a few times.
Well, there's another. Here's something they mentioned in the live tweet of.
Yeah.
Like look at Doc Hayward's arms right here, and then when he pulls the plastic back.
Right.
Oh, he can't even look.
Nope.
Yeah, he pulls the plastic back. He like magically has tons of arm hair. So
you just destroyed the mystery forever. No.
So now the town doctor and the sheriff both know who this woman is.
Right.
And so does that mean she's in trouble a lot, or is this just a small town and she's well-known? We don't know yet.
Yeah, and we get that haunting Laura Palmer's theme from Angelo Badalamenti.
Yep. Angela's a master.
And Sarah Palmer and her frogmoth are about to have a very bad day.
We have no idea of a frogmoth yet.
No.
And here's every morning with a teenager.
Going back. Yeah.
Yeah, every morning with a teenager, you're like, why isn't she awake yet, rather than where is she?
That damn ceiling fan.
Oh, man.
Get used to it.
Yeah, Laura, now means now. Where are you? And we're, as a parent, she's annoyed because this has probably happened other mornings.
Laura.
Like, don't, oh, come on. Laura, are you downstairs? And then we don't know where she is. I mean, this is
a parent's worst nightmare.
Where the annoyance turns into panic and utter fear and dread.
Right.
So.
And as we find out later, Sarah Palmer is not exactly the most emotionally stable person ever.
No,
to begin with.
Yeah, we don't find that out until much, much, much later. So.
Oh, there's the late Don Davis.
The late great Don Davis.
Yep. Bobby Briggs's father and Dana Scully's father on the X-Files.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
Because she called it. He called her Starbuck.
Mm-hmm. I forgot about that.
Yep.
So, here we have. We're learning a lot about this. We've got two moms of two teenagers that are dating.
They apparently feel comfortable talking to each other because their kids date.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. exactly. I'm not quite sure who Betty Briggs is going to cut up with those scissors, though, but, And now she's like, oh, God, I hope everything's okay,
That's it. Betty Briggs is the murderer. Oh, no. A whole new theory.
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, we know that somebody... And, and Mike is freaking out, like, oh, is my buddy in trouble? Like, Mike is not sure what he's got to do.
And now after 2 calls, Sarah's starting to crack.
Yeah, because we've got one more option here.
And Grace Zabriskie is phenomenal in this episode.
She's
always phenomenal, but she's especially phenomenal in this episode.
It is so hard to listen to her scream and not, like, want to cry.
Oh, Audrey Horne.
The sweet life of Audrey Horne.
Yep.
I say that because she lives in a hotel.
And the world is introduced to Sherilyn Fenn.
Well, the world has already seen Sherilyn Fenn in The Wraith. Thank you very much.
Oh, fair point.
And just one of the guys.
As long as they watch The Wraith.
Why wouldn't you watch The Wraith?
Just saying.
I think she was Johnny Depp's girlfriend at this point.
Really?
I think they were together from like 88 to 1990, something like that. I think they were dating around this time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were together for a couple of years. I'm not sure. I don't think they were ever engaged, but they were together
at least a couple.
Yeah, they were together for like at least 2 years.
Get those cheese eaters where they live.
Oh yeah, so here we go. So we've got some jerks going on.
So
Clean, wholesome environment, whatever.
We have no idea where this is going at this point.
We have no idea. We're just sitting here like, okay, so I just spent a half an hour watching somebody's dog, eat water balloons or somebody's kid punch them in the nuts, and now I've just seen a body on the beach. What am I doing here?
That America's Funniest Home Videos really threw you, didn't it?
That is messing with me. Oh my God. It's like I can't even think of something that ABC had at the time that I feel like maybe the Roseanne audience would have bled into this because you had those people who were like me who were like related to Darlene,
Well,
who could have watched this show.
Well, to be fair, I have to think this from a programming standpoint. ABC was smart because hey, America's Funniest Home Videos, that's one of our highest rated shows. We have this new series that's like we think is going to be really out there. Let's try and get an audience for it. And so we put it on right after it.
Well, and what happened was Monday,
as like a Sunday, mystery movie kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. So Monday around the water cooler, because back then everybody was able to go into their jobs.
Right.
They would say everybody went to everybody went to school or work. And was all saying, did you see that show on ABC last night after Funniest Home Videos? What the hell was that? So who killed that girl? And that's the great thing about a mystery is...
Okay, this is about to get really heartbreaking right here.
This is going to go south really fast.
This is the gut punch.
And this is...
First gut punch.
Yeah, and this is right where you see, a mother just knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sheriff Truman. She just knows right here.
Regardless of what we know about Ray Wise's Leland Palmer at this point.
Right. We don't know that. We don't know that Sarah Palmer has the frog moth. We don't know any of that stuff.
Yeah.
All Harry has to do is take his hat off, and we all know.
Yep.
We know what's going on.
And again, a phenomenal performance by Grace Zabriskie.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This is a good one by Ray Wise too, but I think the real he just turned into Bob right there. He just turned into Bob trying to be sad, I think. When he's in the morgue, I feel like when he's in the morgue, he's Leland. Because this is my Leland or Bob game.
Right. Yeah. Remember our old Bob or Leland game? Yeah. So Leland or Bob. So you think it's Bob there?
I think it's Bob. But I think when we're in the morgue, I think Bob lets him actually see it.
I think you're absolutely right. I think because this doesn't feel convincing enough.
I mean, it looks like somebody.
Or is that just maybe because of compared to Sarah, who's like completely losing her shit right now.
Well, I think for me it's hindsight too, because I know what he's going to do in the morgue.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And so, but I think when you see him in the morgue, I think it's very, very different.
That slow
And
pan down the telephone cord
and now
to the receiver.
Yeah. Okay, so here we have Sarah Palmer screaming as she would. And right now, kids, we have a commercial.
Yes.
Okay.
That was the first
That
commercial
black
break.
Went to a commercial where we had to sit through ads for, long distance carriers. And what else did we have ads for back then?
Remember when people sat through TV and watched commercials?
Yep. Oh, Heidi.
Oh, Heidi. Jumpstarting the old man again.
Seconds on Knockwurst this morning. So. Heidi's so cute.
Heidi does have a cute little giggle, doesn't she?
Heidi's fabulous, yeah.
And Peggy Lipton looking as stunning as ever.
Peggy Lipton is just fantastic. They're doing pretty good at being nonchalant, but Norma sees all.
Right. Well, Norma's been down that road. So,
Well, and Norma, the Norma's the Earthsat's big sister that Shelley has always needed.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, but if somebody started playing this song at 7 a.m, I would just murder them.
I want to know how the hell that song got on the jukebox.
Well,
that's a special
jukebox.
It is Twin Peaks.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And is that, what kind of car is that? Is that a Belvedere? I don't even know what that is.
I don't know. It almost looks like a I was going to say shoot. I don't know.
I'll have to ask my dad. My dad's really good at being able to identify any car that was made before like 1975. He sees it for like 10 seconds. He can tell you what it is.
Right.
So already we've got plenty of things that you're like, what the hell is going on in this town?
Right.
I gotta.
But I love that Lynch and Frost, they allowed this stuff to breathe. They make you feel everything.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, this is not gonna.
Yeah.
What's 7 + 6, Charles?
Last time I checked, 13.
Yeah, that's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That ain't happy hour, Shelley. It's like 7 a.m. in France. Oh God, it's even more right there because they're 3 hours behind. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow.
Nothing says romance like being called a pocket rocket.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's classic.
Oh, here, this is an interesting line. This dates the show right here.
Yeah.
He ain't got a phone in his truck.
Right. Yeah. So much for that.
So,
right.
That doesn't happen anymore.
It didn't survive an update, but
truck drivers have like TVs and DVD players and phones and computers and Wi-Fi.
So Shelley, are you really sure he's not home? You really sure he's out on the road?
Yeah. Seriously. I still think he could see her.
Well, he had to have heard the car squeal.
Right. I think Bobby should have just. Okay, where'd Shelley go? Yeah. Where's Shelley? She's not on the side of the road. She's not walking anywhere. She turned around. What's going on? And so, obviously these two men know each other too.
Right. Well, it's a small town. Everybody knows everybody.
But we don't. But their daughters were best friends, so they obviously know each other a little bit more. But we don't know that much yet.
No, not yet. No.
So yeah.
But I mean,
right here, I feel like he's Bob. Like I have to see what was done to my little girl. Just that walk that he has, it just feels very Bob to me.
Yeah, because we've seen Ray Wise be truly emotional as Leland, not Bob. Mm-hmm.
And it's going to happen right here. I think Bob lets him
feel it.
Bob lets him see it right here.
Yeah,
where we turn the light on.
Because he takes a perverse pleasure in that.
Yeah, this right here. It's like he just woke up
Yeah.
to see that. It's so sadistic.
Well, it's almost like, like especially in these early episodes when Leland is crying uncontrollably.
Yeah,
That's Leland, not Bob.
right, right. A lot of, and it just, I mean, of course, we don't know this now, but the tone of his voice here is, Laura,
Mean,
honey.
meanwhile,
Like when he comes into her room after Laura, we're not going anywhere until Laura washes her hands.
right.
And it's like, I love how all the other kids dress like 90s kids, except for these 3 girls.
Yeah, they're right out of the 50s.
I know, it's so funny. And
Now, granted, Sherilyn Fenn knows how to work that sweater.
yeah, she does. But
And hopefully she doesn't set her locker on fire.
and I love how Sherilyn Fenn is just sort of the siren of the school. Everybody just
Right.
knows her, and she doesn't seem to have enemies or close friends. She's just sort of this ethereal character.
Well, she's the rich girl. So
I think I had that exact outfit that girl with the glasses has. The shirt over the turtleneck and the jeans. I think I wore that exact same thing. But
yes, kids, but once upon a time, you could get into a high school without a metal detector or a security
back in the day.
or a security checkpoint. You just walk right in, right off the street.
God, they look so young.
Right? Well, they are. It's 30 years ago.
They looked so old to me back then because
it's even 31 because when this was shot.
Yeah, this was 89 when this was shot.
Yeah.
So
Bobby already showing you that he's a complete douche.
Mm-hmm. We're not sure about Mike yet, but it's coming.
Oh, hey, there's Audrey's red shoes.
Yep. And Audrey's short hair that is going to grow exponentially.
Right. And Donna's extra perm.
Yeah.
It's got a little more permanent to it.
Yep. $107? Yeah, 107. Yeah, we've got a...
And Donna's the teacher's pet, right? Has to be. This girl screaming across the courtyard still gives me chills to this day.
Oh, yeah, because you've got the 2 closest people to Laura are in this classroom.
Right.
And they see police, they see Laura's not here, and they just both know.
I love the silent communication between them. Donna knows.
Yeah, they just know what's happening.
Donna knows instantly because they know Laura.
They know Laura, and Laura is.
Yeah.
If you know Laura, you know that story is not going to end well.
Well, they expected it, and then James snaps his pencil.
Well, James can't let anybody know.
No.
I mean, James and Laura were the secret. The only person who knew was Donna.
And Audrey's just sitting there going, like, "Yeah, I saw it coming."
No, Audrey is sad in her own way too, because as she says, she's like, I didn't know her well, but she helped my brother Johnny, and I loved her for that.
Oh, that's true. Yes, good point.
Yeah.
Great point.
Would you act like, oh my God, look, a card catalog.
Right. I know.
This is so much fun.
Welcome back to 1990. Yep.
Oh my God.
1989,
yeah,
excuse me, where this is set.
1989, yep.
1989. Principal Wolchek rocking that buzz cut.
Did we see Principal Wolchek after this episode?
No, we did not.
I didn't think we did.
Completely gone after this pilot.
I don't think we went to school very much after this episode aired.
No, because they were never in it.
Yeah, they were never at school.
They were never at school.
So,
they should have been.
Yeah. So Bobby's being a douche.
Yeah.
And he realizes... Well, and Bobby's thinking to himself, there's like a million things that could have happened.
Yeah.
Because Bobby knows about the cocaine. He knows about One-Eye Jacks. He knows about a lot more stuff.
Bobby killed a
guy. Than a lot of people did. Yeah. I mean, does Bobby know about One-Eye Jacks, or does he just not ask questions about where the money comes from?
He might have heard of it. I'm guessing he probably knew because, he was tight with Leo.
Yeah, I'm guessing he probably did know because he was tight with Leo, he was tight with Jacques.
I would have been very
And
surprised if he didn't know.
Laura had $15,000 in her
Yeah.
safety deposit box somehow.
I loved her. And
So
she
loved
me.
Think because I wasn't at football practice that I killed my girlfriend? And so, yeah,
now Bobby obviously has some serious authority issues because of his father.
Yeah, he's got some anger issues. I will say that.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because as the story unfolds, it becomes more and more about Laura and James. And then it becomes more about Laura and Laura's own demons and what Laura went through and stuff. So you kind of forget that Laura and Bobby were the couple, the captain of the football team. I mean, that perfect relationship.
Well, it obviously gets until Fire Walk with Me. Yeah.
Right. That you see a little bit more of it in Fire Walk with Me, that they have a little bit more of a relationship,
Yeah.
And then I kind of forgot about it until that scene in The Return where Bobby walks into the conference room in the police station and he's like, Laura Palmer brings back some memories. And it's like, yeah, it probably brings back the fact that Bobby killed a guy, first of all. And I'm sure that was Bobby's first love, just like we all assume it was,
right?
So,
or at least the first one that broke his heart.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, he might have been cheating on her with Shelley, but when they got together, I'm sure it was wonderful.
Right.
But yeah, I would be like, give me my hands back. I want to just put my face in my hands. And how badly she just wants to go to James.
Right. She keeps looking over at him.
Yeah, she just how badly she wants to go to him, and it's just the two of them who knew her the best.
All these girls that are consoling Donna that Donna never talks to ever again.
We never see again.
Because it's all just Donna and Laura. That's it.
Yep.
And Maddie later on. Maddie.
This is what Cheryl Lee was in this first episode.
The iconic...
She was that body, and she was this picture. Again, commercial. Everybody, we had to sit through commercials. So here we go. So who is that?
Go ahead.
Who's with her? Who is the lady?
I'm guessing it's maybe her neighbor.
I have no idea.
I don't know. Maybe an aunt. I don't know. I don't get.
When you look at their eyes,
right?
I feel like Grace Zabriskie and Cheryl Lee could be related.
You think so?
Well, just look at their eyes together. I mean, they look like, they both have those really wonderfully expressive eyes.
Right.
So it's pretty impressive. And
so Sarah's got to take a little nap now.
She says she's the gatekeeper.
Really?
I just knocked her up with about 300 cc's of Thorazine. So now we're basically recounting the last 20 minutes of
Back to the Fan.
Of Fire Walk with Me.
Right.
Yeah. See, she knows something's going on.
Right.
Who's upstairs?
Well, Bob's under the bed, or behind the bed.
He's at the foot of the bed.
Foot of bed, yeah.
Yeah. I can tell from the sounds that it isn't her. I know Thufir. I'm sitting with my back to the door.
Yes.
That line always reminded me of Dune.
Nice.
Those sounds could be imitated.
You don't get too many Thufir impressions from Dune.
You like my Freddie Jones impression?
Yes,
That's going to get me far on the stand-up circuit.
Right.
Do you know where the key is to your daughter's diary? God, I hope not. Yeah. Now I wonder if that's Leland or if that's Bob saying, "Do you have to take that diary?"
Well, remember, Laura had the secret diary, but
I know,
but Bob knew about it.
Well, kinda, yeah. So, hello.
Oh, a camera. can we take this too? And then can we take this stuffed pillow and this animal and maybe these plants?
I want the chocolate bunnies. Can I take those? Feeling kind of farty. I think I need some chocolate bunnies. And chocolate, which I love. Oh. God, this episode just makes me cry.
Right. I mean,
Everybody's so
I
good.
said, it's so raw and emotional.
Yeah.
And again,
And, you know,
you didn't see this kind of crap on Dynasty at all. Not at all.
No, you didn't. Nothing this personal or dramatic.
No.
And what's funny is I'm jealous of everyone who saw this as their first Twin Peaks.
And that was me.
Yeah, because as you know,
I watched this one live.
Yeah, as you know, I didn't see this pilot until probably 1998, 98 or 99, when I was watching Twin Peaks with friends, and the only thing you could get on home video was the European pilot.
Right.
So that's all I'd ever seen, but I had seen it after I'd seen, because Twin Peaks never got repeated on ABC. So what, you know,
I think the season 1 episodes did, but I'm pretty sure the season 2 episodes didn't.
I think it was more like it got repeated like in the summer, but it wasn't like they ever.
That's what I'm thinking, but yeah.
Yeah, but that was about it. So it wasn't until 95 when these got on Bravo.
Because in season 1 it became this big phenomenon, so they wanted to repeat it during the summer. Because that's what they did back then. Right,
but I didn't start watching it until after the first episode I saw was when where Josie dies. And
the condemned woman. We talked about that.
Yeah, I was a little too late to the party, and so but then I was like, I don't care. So when I went back and saw this, I knew who all these players were, and I was like, okay, I know where this is going to go. I know where this is going to go. I know where this is going to go. But not knowing must have been.
Oh, it was amazing.
Pretty fascinating.
It was because you're trying to take all of this in, and because it's just something you've never seen before on network television, you're just completely blown away. At least I was.
I feel like this is an argument between Dr. Facepalm and the president right now. Like, shut down the businesses. No.
Right. Now, keep in mind, when I watched this live, I was in college. So, so I'm at that ripe age of getting, open to all these new ideas and concepts and, music and theater and art.
Yeah. And
so I just
cinema instead of movies.
Exactly. So I soaked this up like a sponge.
Okay. If the bitch that owns your business asks you your name, don't ever tell her your real name.
Yeah. So here we go. It's Catherine Martell, the Donald Trump of Twin Peaks.
Yeah, the Donald Trump of Twin Peaks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Although much smarter. So.
Yep, she's missing.
Now credit to Josie here. She's not, she's trying to do the right thing here.
She's trying to do the right thing, and it is the right thing. I mean, that's the deal with Josie, is that once she is in a safe environment, she can do the right thing.
And as far as we know, there's no agenda here.
No, absolutely not. She's just being.
Yeah.
I think Josie knows what it's like.
Here's another iconic moment coming up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Ronette Pulaski.
Yeah. Like I said, CNN's television episode about the 90s.
Yeah.
This is the first shot they have.
Rocking that Finley's Fine Twine.
Yep, Finley's Fine Twine. And we have crossed the state line. She just came from Canada, y'all.
That must have been really cold for Phoebe Augustine to do.
Oh my God. And you imagine her feet on like those metal.
Yeah. Well, you have to watch out that you don't get your feet all cut up.
Yeah, seriously.
Because there's splinters and, from the wood of the track.
Wow. Look at the gas. It contains lead.
I know.
Leaded gasoline.
Premium.
Oh, I love it. I can't even tell what premium costs.
Well, everything, with Lynch, he loves his retro. I mean, James is driving this bike, right out of, that kind of like that bike that Wally had in the Return part,
Yeah.
or the
Hmm.
Return.
Yeah.
That bike right out of Marlon Brando's On the Waterfront.
Yeah. The wild one, actually.
I'm sorry, you're right. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for correcting me. You're right. The wild one. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm so used to saying On the Waterfront with Marlon Brando, but yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
that's right.
You're absolutely right.
Oh boy.
Ed, get your bitch ass back in here and get me some drape runners.
You okay?
I can pick them too.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I just want to go to a place called Big Ed's Gas Farm and,
Can't imagine why.
fill up and buy.
Can't imagine why he's cheating on Nadine with Norma. Nope.
Wow, there's a bus stop out by Ed's Gas Farm. Why would you need to take the bus to Ed's Gas Farm?
Oh,
Agent Cooper!
yeah, to our rescue. Entering the
11:30
town
a.m.
of
February
Twin
24th. Entering the town.
5 miles
5 miles south of the Canadian border.
12 miles west of the state line.
Yep. Never seen so many trees in my life. Rather be here than Philadelphia. I could probably do this whole speech without even looking at it.
I'm sure a lot of us could.
I've seen it so many times.
I know. I just love that.
Working.
I love that Kyle MacLachlan recently recreated this.
Oh my God! On his exercise bike.
On his exercise bike, it's sweeted. Like the sweeted version of this.
It's totally sweeted on his exercise bike, and he's just mouthing the words $6.31 for pie, coffee, and a tuna sandwich.
I love that. I love it.
I mean, I want to go somewhere where the food is that cheap.
Yeah.
Damn good food. It was a tuna sandwich. How good can it possibly be?
Well, the cherry pie. The cherry pie is worth a stop.
Oh, Cooper, you don't even know.
Right. Yeah. Wait till you get to the double R.
I love it. Sheriff Harry S. Truman shouldn't be too hard to remember that. Hey, you want to know a bit of trivia?
Sure.
For President Truman, you know what the S stood for?
What?
Nothing. It's just an initial.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Clean place,
reasonably priced.
That's what I need.
Almost forgot. Got to find out what kind of trees these are. They're
really something.
Such an iconic introduction to one of the best characters ever on television.
Absolutely. And it tells you so much that you need to know about him. Just likes pie.
Yeah.
He's very by the book. He's very detail oriented.
It's great writing by Mark Frost.
He's very positive. He's obviously not the Albert about small towns.
No.
He's quite nice quiet place like this. Let me stop you here in the hall right here.
Right.
So I've learned about this the hard way because we have a phone. It's got a little ring.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sheriff Cable.
Sometimes local law's got a problem with that. It's like, well.
Yeah. Just ask Agent Chet Desmond. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Don't go to Sam.
Don't go to Sam.
I love how his first question is about the
trees. Right.
Yeah.
Douglas firs. No,
yeah, Cooper really is very zen, and he knows how to appreciate the little things in life, even when he needs a copy of the coroner's report on the dead girl.
Right. Well, I mean, and that's probably why he's so keen, why he dials in on the supernatural, because that's how he thinks. He's very spiritual.
Right.
Not in a religious way, more like just overall spiritual. Like in that connected to the earth kind of spiritual.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Or just dialed in to the universe.
Yeah. Yeah, just dialed into the universe and just dialed into.
I love the line that she says, "This girl, doesn't know who she is or where she is or if she is." That's such a great line.
I love that. Several times.
Again, phenomenal writing by Mark Frost.
Yeah. Same high school, but as far as we know, they barely knew each other. Yeah, except they were whores together at the perfume counter.
But we don't know that yet.
We don't know that yet, yeah.
Yeah. No connection. No,
I just think it's
no apparent connection is what you should have said.
I'm just curious, did Ronette Pulaski just happen to get the job at the perfume counter, or like how did Emery Battis poach her?
It's a good
You know,
question.
Laura, I kind of know because I kind of understand because Benjamin Horne knew her from being with her son.
Yeah.
With his son. She worked with his son Johnny, so he knew her from that kind of thing. But I don't know, was it just the luck of the draw and it's because, Ronette was really pretty, or like, did she go to the Horne department store and Emery Battis is like, you should work at the perfume counter, wink, wink,
That's when I got to think that, yeah, maybe Emery, like maybe he had enough sway in the company that he could, if he spotted a girl that was working in one department or another, he probably said, well, this girl needs to transfer over to the perfume counter.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just
like he was out scouting for talent.
Yeah, I would love to see a backstory on Ronette as to how she got that job. Oh, Philip Gerard. Russ Tamblyn, everybody.
Yep.
The great Russ Tamblyn.
And Harry's like, close door, close door, close door.
Yeah, click, 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 click. Door close, door close, door close. Oh, look at that tie.
Look at those earplugs.
The earplugs, the tie.
Not the silicone earplugs. What?
Gary Cooper, Agent Cooper.
FBI. Now Cooper is not impressed, to say the least. Look at that look on his face.
He's suspicious as hell of this guy.
He's just like,
why do you want to come to the morgue, weirdo?
Right. It's kind of against procedure.
Thought I could be of some help. I'm a psychiatrist. I deal with dead bodies all the time. What is the matter with you?
You still could be. Cooper's so serious right now.
Do you know where your freedom is?
Nice.
Those miserable Fs are at it again. Oh.
Shuffle your way out of the shit.
How does this... only in Twin Peaks does this guy, have a working license to practice medicine.
That guy's a psychiatrist?
Yeah.
This scene made me a David Lynch fan forever.
Seriously.
The flickering lights. Again, nothing like I'd ever seen before.
Yep.
And I fell in love with this instantly.
Yep. Ring finger under the nail.
Jim.
Yeah. Oh, certain.
Apparently, according to Kyle MacLachlan, that was an ad-lib.
That was an ad-lib, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's wonderful. And David Lynch left it in. Okay, you tell me when this is over, because I can't watch this scene.
Oh, the tweezer.
It just makes me nauseous to watch it. I can't watch it.
Now, Kyle MacLachlan has said that he does this illusion. It's basically a visual illusion because he...
Sleight of hand.
It's sleight of hand. Just pushes his hand down to make it look like he's inserting.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently they really did that with Cheryl Lee's fingernail.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's Cheryl Lee on the table there.
Yep. She's really good at being dead.
Yeah. Ring finger under the nail. See what he left us.
Looks like an R.
It's an R. Don't go to Sam.
Go to Sam.
Albert seems to have
Albert's got a little bit more of this. Yeah.
You gonna tell me what the hell is going on here?
I love this look that Cooper get. Right.
Sheriff, we got a lot to talk about. Oh, I love that shot. Commercial!
Yep.
God, we're so lucky to have this on DVD.
Right.
And back then, we didn't have TiVo. We couldn't bloop, bloop, bloop all the way through it.
So do you feel bad for me watching that live
Yes.
back in the day?
Yes, I do. Yep. Roll up the window in your mom's car, Donna. It's raining.
Although I think the commercials did give me time to process what I had just watched.
Please, no smoking. Stop your engine. Extinguish fires and all open lights. Fires? What are you coming to the gas station for with an open fire?
Well, you're
big
pyromaniac.
Oh, I love Big Ed. He's such a genuine human being. He came by, but then he rode off because he's a loner, Dottie.
A rebel.
Deja vu.
Yeah, Big Ed is one of the few people without an agenda.
Yep.
In this town.
Seriously, his only agenda is to be able to go see.
Yeah.
Okay, never trust a man that drives a Buick. That's all I'm saying. He's
Mike
my best friend, Donna. You're supposed to be with me.
Mike should have just wheeled up right now and just yelled at Donna like he did in the Roadhouse. Go, Donna!
Yeah. This is where we live, Donna. Oh, wait. You're on my lot, friend.
Yeah, I love that. I'm not your friend.
Yeah, you're nobody's friend. I really do just hate Mike because he's just a douche. He does not advance the story. I mean, okay.
Well, he's a sidekick douche.
The worst character. The worst character on the show is, of course, Bob. And then after Bob, it's Leo. Okay, we all know that those are the two most evil people. But they at least advance the story. Mike doesn't even advance the story.
No.
He's comic relief with Nadine in the second season. That's the best I can say for him.
And you have no idea why Donna hooked up with him.
I don't know. Her best friend dates his best friend. They probably just get thrown together, Mr. Bonehead boyfriend.
You're probably right about that.
Yeah, that's probably what happens.
I think you're right. Oh. Coming up, chocolate bunnies.
Super 8 video, y'all. I want to show that to the boyfriend. So, okay, so we can touch this now.
Yep, yeah. Look at our fingerprints all over it.
I love this. Crude, but effective.
Rip.
Yeah.
It works.
Well, I got into the diary.
The foundation of the Cooper and Harry bromance.
Pretty much. Yep. I love that we have a face for Diane now.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
And of course, you want to know by this point, not knowing anything, who the hell is Diane?
Does that mean I'll never grow up? I love that line so much.
Yeah, it's a great one, isn't it?
I'm nervous about meeting J tonight. That's the letter J, Diane.
Mr. J.
Where are we going tonight, Mr. J?
Why, to the Roadhouse, yeah.
Why to the Roadhouse, Harley? We will lure the Batman into listening to wonderful music.
Then a little trip over to One-Eye Jack's.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the Batman likes ZZ Top. And my bet is it'll test positive for cocaine. You didn't know Laura Palmer. I think we're going to learn some stuff about Laura Palmer.
Yeah, just a little bit. So already okay, something's up here. She's doing cocaine. She's, something was going on with her. She's cheating with Bobby on, or no, who was it? I'm sorry.
Here it is. Small jocks, box of chocolate bunnies. And then that's it.
Yep.
That's all.
Yep. Meanwhile, Ghostwood Forest.
Just FYI, it's not about the bunnies.
It's not about the bunny. Is it about the bunny?
The scene.
Yeah, it's again, Andy crying.
It's just, it's so good.
But it's so atmospheric.
Yeah.
With the location filming.
Tell Harry I didn't cry, but Lucy, it's so horrible. It's so true. He's so right. It's so horrible.
Cry.
It's so horrible. And now we know that they're a couple.
Right, sweetie.
Even though he did say get that Andy out of bed, but it could have meant just call him up. But yeah, now we know that they're a couple.
Right.
So yeah, this is pretty terrifying, you guys. I mean, we don't quite know the extent of it until we see Fire Walk with Me, but
right.
It's pretty freaking horrible.
If you haven't seen Fire Walk with Me, oh yeah, you're in for a ride on that.
Oh yeah, this goes south real fast.
Yes, yeah. This is just the icing on the horrible,
Yeah.
horrible cake.
Yep. Yes, sir. Do what your lawyer says.
Right.
I love how he's annoyed. I always find this interesting
Right.
on Law and Order too, where
Yeah.
there, somebody's been murdered and they act like it's really like an imposition for them to talk to the police about something.
Yeah.
It's like, Bobby, here's how this works.
Well, to be fair, in Bobby's defense, he knows he didn't kill his girlfriend.
I know, but maybe don't be combative about it with the FBI.
But well, it's again, he's got anti-authority issues, so
I
you
guess,
combine that.
but, yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre.
But to be fair, he's also like that with everybody.
Did you shoot this video, Bobby? Some Cheryl Lee here in this video. I forgot about this.
Yep.
He's like, no, I didn't shoot this video. What's going on?
That gum you like is going to come back in style.
Some freaking biker's going to get his head kicked in. No, we fought about the fact that I killed a guy and that we don't have enough money to pay the $30,000 cocaine bill that we have.
Spoilers.
Yeah, seriously. I don't do drugs. Yeah, you do.
Did you ever use hand puppets? No.
Bobby, you like movies about gladiators?
Thank you. That's great.
Carolyn McLaughlin said he had no idea what he was typing. I guarantee you he was not typing what this says here.
No, I guarantee that too.
Yeah.
He's probably typing boobs. No.
Boobs. Like what girls got. Yeah. Why don't you just tell him, like, yeah, she was cheating on me with James Hurley.
Right.
Go arrest his biker ass.
Like, you seem like you know everything, Agent Cooper. Why don't you tell me?
Why don't you tell me? But yeah, he should be. I don't know why he's not giving James up here. I think because he wants to do some vigilante justice. But
well, he wants personal payback. Yeah.
Yeah. She wouldn't do that to me. I'm the captain of the football team. I'm Bobby effing Briggs.
Because she loved me.
She loved me. See you later, Bobby. Take your 90s outfit and go back to school.
And Harry's just like, I'll sit here then, shall I?
Oh my goodness, Audrey Horne.
Audrey's experiment with coffee cup physics.
Yeah. Okay, Bob.
Okay, Bob.
Okay, Bob. Okay. But yeah, see, again, this is the sweet life of Audrey Horne because
right.
she lives in this hotel. So when she's bored, she just messes with everybody and messes with everything.
And now the employees have to put up with it because she's the boss's daughter.
Yep. You wouldn't. Oh, I wouldn't, would I?
Right.
There we go. See, and I love that she just keeps holding the coffee cup over the mess.
Yeah, like
put it on the floor.
Put your hand over the spilled, the hole.
Yeah. So Audrey is going to go and ruin the deal.
Yep.
By being cute. Oh, look, we're back home, so we're back in the saddle shoes again.
Right, exactly. It's her secret identity.
Yeah, the high heels are just in her locker.
Right.
You would think they'd have like a conference room with like a conference table for them to write contracts on.
Maybe because for such a large group, they're just negotiating. I don't know.
I guess, but you'd think they'd have a place to, put the contracts on a table.
Well, they would only need that if they were going to sign them.
Well, they're
presumably
writing something down, so I don't know.
That's true. That's a good point.
Oh, look, it's one of those espresso machines like the Italian restaurants have with the eagle on top. That, by the way, is a quote from The Fly.
That's a really obscure quote.
I know, right?
I like it. I like it.
She's
been
down
on a rocky beach.
I saw the episode of
and I'm all sad.
Yeah. What was on yesterday actually was the episode of Friends with Sherilyn Fenn.
Really?
Yeah. Have you ever seen that one?
I have not.
Yeah, she plays a girl that Chandler meets at the coffee house, but Joey had gone out with her before, and she has a prosthetic leg.
Yeah.
And Joey took her out for took her to like a cabin for the weekend and wound up putting her prosthetic leg on the fire.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Back in the days when Bobby called Mike Snake.
Uh-huh. I don't know what's up with her, man. It's like she wants to be her own person, and she hates my douchebaggery.
Right. What's up with that?
About the letter J. Freaking biker.
Look at some freaking biker.
Let's go do this.
Yeah.
What's his name? Oh my God, your school has 80 people in it.
Right. Let me see. I just told you his J biker.
We need to be really obvious, Lucy.
How many bikers with J are there?
Seriously.
Do I have to draw you a map? But
Robert,
to
I'll
be
be
fair,
at home this evening if you need a sympathetic ear. Somehow I'm not sure that you're the most approachable sympathetic ear, Major Briggs. Yeah. I mean, you're a wonderful man.
Right.
And I know you mean well and you've seen some shit, but
right.
You're not exactly what a kid wants to approach.
He's been places.
Yeah, I can't for the life of me figure out how you took this video.
And here we find out that Donna Hayward is a really bad liar.
Well, what I think is funny is that she's sitting in front of a TV and being talked to by the police, and she knows that Laura had the videotape. I'm sorry. They're probably going to show her the videotape, so maybe come up with a better lie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me. This woman hiker.
Yeah, she had this backpack and her wife, Morgan Fairchild.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's a ticket.
No.
Here's another 90s reference for you.
Yep. No, but that's really what happened. I don't know anybody whose name starts with J. Donna, it's not like...
Yeah.
Yeah, more serious than Laura falling in love with someone other than her boyfriend.
Right.
Much more serious than you know, because this is now a serial killer. And he's coming after you next if you're not careful. Aw, you're free to go. But yeah, you're not doing her any favors by protecting her boyfriend.
Well, like Cooper does point out, she did find out that Laura just died. So she's not really thinking all that clearly.
I know, but you've got to say, And
she does have the tendency to really not think.
But yeah. I mean, they're typical teenagers. They think they can save the world on their own because...
Right.
It's not that their parents don't understand. It's that their parents have lived in the real world for a while and they're cynical. I was
I ain't been dropping no eaves, sir.
I was listening to a Jim Gaffigan bit about alcohol where he says that we should all know better because when you're a teenager you're like, I hate the taste of this but I want to look cool, and then when you're in college you think this is not that great but it gives me the courage to talk to the opposite sex, and then in your 40s you're like, this is the only thing I enjoy about being alive.
Looks like a hog to me.
Holy smoke.
Holy smokes.
And here's where we learn that Agent Cooper is like the greatest detective of all time.
Pretty much. It's like we're talking Sherlock Holmes level.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes or better.
Right, pretty much. He's at least on that in that level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because he's not a douche. Sherlock Holmes is a douche.
Well, it depends, but on the depiction. But traditionally he's kind of a dick. Yes.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick. The Norwegians are leaving.
But that's what I like about him. Audrey's like, tee hee hee.
Mm-hmm. Throwing away the investment of a lifetime. Better than to throw a lifetime away.
What about your air sacs feeling so good?
Yeah, the clean, wholesome environment, much like your own.
Ghostwood.
Oh, see. You should
That
just
was the shot. That was the shot I used for our logo,
That
by the way.
is. Yep. You should just let the dogs go, and they'll lead you right to Jacques Renault's cabin.
Now,
or Leland Palmer's house. I don't know which.
Now, if
Oh,
this show wasn't get dark enough for you,
yeah.
here's where things start to get even darker.
Yeah.
Twin Peaks never gets dark enough. Just saying.
See, look at that. That's
Yeah.
what killed Laura.
And this is Lynch's just visual supremacy. Really,
Mm-hmm.
he's just phenomenal. And there's that mound of dirt.
Yep. Here's something we haven't seen before. Well, we kind of saw this actually. Now that I think about it.
Yep.
Because wasn't there a pile of dirt under the trailer with the ring on it?
Yes, there was.
But we've never seen Fire
Walk with Me yet, so we don't know that. But
yeah, we haven't seen Fire Walk with Me yet.
But if you watch chronologically, as far as the story goes, yes.
Yeah.
It's like there's the chronological order, and then there's the story chronology order.
Yeah, but like I said, but did Cooper? No, Cooper saw the mound with the ring, didn't he?
No, because it was gone. It was gone. That was Chet. That was Agent Chet Desmond, because that's when he disappears.
That was Chet Desmond.
He looks under there, sees the mound of dirt, and then vanishes.
He took the ring. God damn it!
Exactly.
Yep.
I would still love to see the return of Chris Isaac as Chet Desmond. I want that so bad.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
I want to know what happened to him. That right there should be season 4, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep. Poor Johnny.
The first Johnny of 3.
Yeah, first of 3 Johnnies. He just doesn't understand. Yeah, why don't you go talk to your son, like a mother is supposed to do? Laura isn't coming this afternoon.
Be good, Johnny. Be good. Be good. Be good, Johnny. Be good. Be good.
Thank you for that, Charles. Now that's stuck in my head. Excellent.
Be good. Be good. Be good. Be good.
Be good. Be good. Be good. Be good. Be good. Be good. I was supposed to see Colin Hay on March 31st.
I know you were,
but it got postponed.
I feel horrible for you, because I've never seen Men at Work, so I was disappointed. That I never got to do that, so I feel bad for you.
Yep. This would have been my 4th time seeing Colin Hay, but
is it just me, or does this actress kind of sort of resemble Cheryl Lee?
Well, with those giant glasses.
Or maybe even Sherilyn Fenn a little bit. I don't know. David Lynch certainly has a type.
But yeah, those giant glasses, she's got like a Maddie thing going on.
She does.
Yeah. This town is so quirky. It's like, obviously that thing did not fit on the mount that it is on the wall.
Right.
Man, oh man.
Because for one thing, that mount is just way too small for that.
Yeah, exactly.
That buck. Yeah.
It's $15,000 here.
I wouldn't touch that Flesh World.
I would not touch that Flesh World without a pair of gloves, Cooper.
No, not at all. And he just picks it right up.
He's like a little too grinny about looking at Flesh World.
Here's a page that's marked.
Oh, we've seen her before.
Circled. It's even circled for you.
Oh, and we've seen that before too.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Smash cut too. No.
You know what I never noticed until just this second? I never noticed that Leo was in that picture.
Right.
I mean, I don't think I've ever watched it on a TV this big.
So here's the one and only time you will see Leo Johnson spit curl.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sit down here a minute and help me out.
I know you love this scene.
Whatever's around. No, you don't. You smoke these. What are these doing here?
I pick up different packs at the diner.
All the time, me and Norma. When I come home, this house should be clean. And I mean clean. And second, you smoke one brand of cigarettes from now on. Because... and he is not kidding.
Snap your neck like a twig.
Yeah.
Or beat you with soap and a sock.
Oh, you're so horrible. We don't even know how horrible he is yet.
Right. Again.
What are you drinking? Creme de menthe?
I know.
I think he's like drinking creme de menthe from a bottle.
That's funny.
Like, that is disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh. That's the perfect place to call him.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love how he looks at the house like, is she looking at me talking on my business phone?
Right.
Like...
Hopefully she's occupied with those drapes and gives me like 30 seconds of privacy.
You waiting for those drapes to hang themselves? God, such a tragic romance.
Yeah.
Where it's just, both of them got married out of revenge. It's just not fair to anybody. Although I really don't give a crap about Hank's feelings.
Yeah.
Run silent.
I mean, later on, we find out that they were like lovers in high school, and
yeah, I know, but it's like, I mean, it's not fair to Nadine, and it's technically not fair to Hank, but I don't care about it.
No.
Yeah.
Now, Nadine's the kind of hurt party, but it's very hard because at this point she's really unsympathetic.
Nadine, but Nadine, I actually feel bad for.
Yeah.
So.
You obviously feel bad more for Nadine than Hank. Granted, yes.
Died in a boating accident, or did he?
Dun dun dun.
Dun 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 dun.
Andrew Packard coming soon.
The original
deep freeze.
Yeah.
I love it. Who's the glad-handing dandy?
The glad-handing dandy. I love it.
Who says something like that in this? Mm-hmm. I love that retro.
He's perfect too, Benjamin Horne. He's talking to Josie, but he's looking around to see who else is there to talk to or see him.
Who's the lady with the log?
That is a long story.
That's right.
Is this thing on?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Now, as we find out later, Dougie has seen some shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
We found that out in the Secret History of Twin Peaks.
Mm-hmm. Dwayne has had a little bit more of a mundane life, but
yeah,
Dougie's seen a few things.
Yeah.
So oh, look at that painting. It's so Lewis and Clark. It's so great.
Which is also referenced in Secret History of Twin Peaks.
Yep, that's right. All right, so here we go. Wasn't even news until today.
Cooper addressing the town elders.
Yep. He's basically saying that we have a serial killer on our hands, and he has come to your little town.
Cooper making his plea for social distancing.
Death has come to your little town, Sheriff Truman.
Exactly. Right. Possibly even someone you know. So start like gossiping about your neighbors.
I like how they didn't like cut to somebody when he said that.
Right.
Because that feels like such an obvious either foreshadowing move or a try to throw you on the wrong scent move, filmmaking wise.
Yeah, other shows would have had like everybody looking shifty-eyed at each other. Oh, the stoplight at Sparkwood and 21. Yep. Red means stop.
Yep. Or beef if it's a Boolean cube.
Or go to commercial.
Go to commercial. Jeez.
We're stopping the show to go to commercial.
Oh, Leland made it through the day somehow. I'll tell you how.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Playing golf.
Yeah. Seriously. With the golf clubs and other things in his trunk.
And dancing around. Like the golf club is a cane. Like he's Fred Astaire.
Mm-hmm. No one else knows this, but I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to make sure Donna can hear us.
So it was really, especially in 1990, it was really interesting that Doc Hayward's wife is in a wheelchair.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. And we never know why. They never talk about it. They never explain it. They never
I, wa- I want to
mention.
say that I don't want to say it was mentioned in something, like maybe in The Secret Diary of Laura Palmer, maybe.
It's mentioned somewhere, but not in the show. Yeah, it's
I
mentioned
can't,
maybe in a book, but not in the show anywhere.
like there was a car accident or something. I want to think.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong, but I could have sworn I've read that somewhere.
Harriet.
Another character we never ever see again.
Well, we see her at the end of this episode with the bicycle. The full blossom of the evening.
I meant it after this episode.
Yep.
The Forgotten.
Well, this is serious too. I'm probably, something, I was probably the same age as Harriet is.
Right.
Episode premiered. Yeah, because I was, April of 1990, I was in the 8th grade.
Hopefully you had a better hairstyle.
No. No, I did not. I pretty much had that exact hairstyle.
Interesting.
It was a little bit longer and a little bit blonder, but it was that hair. And I probably had that exact same turtleneck too.
Now I want to see that picture.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to find that for you. I've got a great picture of myself.
Harriet has a bird cage, but there's no bird inside.
That's a thing. That's like a thing.
Is it?
Like my friend Steven's mom has bird cages with fake birds in them.
Yeah.
They're like decorative antique bird. Yeah, it's bizarre.
Interesting. That is bizarre.
I think now that some time has passed.
Right.
That pillow says "swell gal." I want a pillow like that. That's awesome.
Well, it's good positive reinforcement for Harriet.
Yep.
Now, hopefully, we don't know what happens to Harriet. Hopefully she turned out better than her sisters did.
I really hope so, for Harriet's sake.
Right. Don't take any oink oink off that pretty pig.
Usually the middle child does okay.
Yeah.
Maybe Harriet's like the Lisa Simpson of this family.
I would think so, yes.
Getting ready for bed, Mike.
Now, Mike's a jerk, but you have to respect his mullet game.
Oh my God! No, you know what?
That's an excellent mullet.
I think I personally like Andy's mullet a little bit better.
Yeah. See, that's a mullet worthy. I think that's a mullet worthy of MacGyver.
That's like all of the the jerk guys that played soccer in 1986. Like that's their hair.
Right.
Dad, I'm not gonna lie to you. See that window?
She's quoting Steinbeck, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
See, she's the Lisa Simpson of this family. I'm telling you, middle child,
pretty much.
bookish.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Come on, let's go.
Spruce up, Teen Wolf. Harriet.
I would have laughed if Dana Ashbrook actually fell off that car.
Oh, that would have been amazing. I'm going to tell it to you. I'm going to tell it to you straight. See that window?
Yeah. See that window? Narking on your sister.
Well, what are you supposed to do?
It's like, I'm not taking the heat for this.
What is wrong with you? What do you mean? She snuck out? Oh, I know where she's going. I'll go get her.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, if anybody said that to me about my daughter,
I'd be like, I'm going with you.
I would murder them.
Yeah. It's like, so where's she going? That's the first thing I would ask.
I don't understand Mike's jacket.
Well, what do you mean? He's a wrestler.
I know, but the number on the side I think says 74.
Well, maybe he also plays football.
But usually the number on your jacket is the year you graduate.
Right.
So I'm thinking, like, there's no way he graduated in 74 because he's still in high school in 1990.
Maybe it was his dad's?
Maybe. I don't know. But I was thinking maybe it was the year he was born, but that's still too young. 74 would have graduated in 92. So I don't know. Maybe it's like a vintage jacket. I don't know. Maybe all the captains of the wrestling team have passed down this jacket. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
It was the coach's jacket.
Seriously, the only friends that I had that had jackets like that were the kids who had the marching band jackets. I did not know jocks at all in high school.
Right. Roadhouse.
Bookhouse. That's the Bookhouse.
Oh, that's true. It is.
Yeah.
Well, but they do singing at the Bookhouse too, apparently.
But it doesn't make any sense. It says the Bookhouse, but this is obviously the Roadhouse.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I'm so confused.
Right. They did the Bookhouse exterior with the Roadhouse.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Maybe
suddenly it transformed.
Maybe they're. Oh, I know what it is. They're at the Bookhouse, looking for James, and then the Roadhouse is where all the shit goes down.
Right. But why would you show the exterior of the Bookhouse and then show the interior of the Roadhouse?
When he gets out of prison. Love it.
Honk.
Oh. Yeah, you should have done that 20 years ago.
Right. Aren't you a little old for this place?
No, I just think that, there's one place to go in town.
I know.
For music and freaks, there's one place to go. But I just, I feel so tragic.
First appearance of Julee Cruise on the show, by the way.
Yep, first appearance of Julee Cruise. Yeah, they fight. She runs off with Hank. He runs off with Nadine. He gets married. So then she and Hank get married. It's all like, anger and revenge that their relationships are based off of. It's so sad.
Yeah. It means slow down.
Still means slow down, not speed up.
Yep. And Cooper is just enjoying the hell out of this.
Okay, no, they're at the Roadhouse. I don't know what the book is all about. I don't understand.
Right.
So I don't get it, but whatever.
Yeah. And you notice the red curtains.
Yep. I like this song.
Got to class up the joint a little bit. I want to know where Jacques is right now.
He's at his other job across the border.
That's true. He's muling.
Yeah, because I don't think he's there. Also, why are 18-year-olds in this bar? Like, somebody plays.
Because it's a small town, you can get away with that.
I suppose.
Oh, what a wonderful world.
Yep. Okay, if you have to ride your bike to the bar, either you are a horrendous alcoholic or you're too freaking young to be at the bar.
I want to know why Donna didn't have her own bike. She had to borrow her sister's.
Why don't you whistle for some backup?
Yeah.
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 Good work, Harry.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up. The first thumbs up.
Yep, there we go. All right, the floor of that place is really clean.
Well, it's all that sweeping during Green Onion.
Yeah, all the Green Onion sweeping. Yeah. We sneak around. Everybody's looking for you.
If someone shouted my name like that, I would have just like, screw you, I'm leaving.
Yeah, Scotty, take care of this.
Yep.
See, look, his jacket says 74. Wait a minute, no, Jacques is there.
Is he?
Yeah, because
that's
but
enough.
I don't see him because he says later, because he gets in the fight here, because when he stood
Mr.
up,
Monkey Wrench.
When he stood up, he felt really dizzy, and he thinks that somebody slipped him a Mickey because Jacques Renault was tending bar, but I don't see him.
No, I don't either.
Or is he?
No, he's not in that.
Scotty takes him out the back.
Yeah.
And
that's probably because Jacques Renault didn't exist at this point as a character.
Not Scotty, Joey. I'm sorry.
That was, I think, what we'd like to call a retcon.
Yeah, because they say that Jacques Renault was tending bar, but we don't see him yet. So somebody slipped him a Mickey.
Cheese at the cops.
Well, and here's what I think is funny. I feel like Harry should probably know which way he's going, because Joey is a bookhouse boy also.
Yeah.
But yeah, see, look, Ed is just, sawing logs down there. I mean, he says somebody
Right.
slipped him a Mickey.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Which I think was done to explain why Big Ed went down so quickly.
yeah, because he said he stood up and then a curtain came across his eyes.
Right.
Give
me a donut.
Give me a donut.
Now I want donuts.
God, why do we not buy donuts before we do podcasts?
We do this every time.
Every time, and every time we know, and every time we don't do it. We think, oh, I shouldn't eat donuts that late. It'll be fine.
Yeah. That's probably it, because it's so 10 o'clock right now. We're
recording
this.
It's late. We've had dinner. We probably shouldn't be eating donuts.
Right before bed, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then we're like, what's down there at Old Logging Road? Can we go hiking? And I told Doc Hayward his daughter was okay.
Cooper's taking the heat for it.
So how does he know where James is? If James is, why did they show the bookhouse? I don't understand. I really want to know. Wow, is it muddy
on that?
I'm really, really fixated on that. Yeah.
It's like, why did you bring us here?
Yeah.
Is this their secret spot, or what's up?
Also, you said meet me at the Roadhouse at 9:30. Where the hell were you? I think they're going to lock me up because I kind of don't have an alibi, and
I'm not really coming clean about anything.
And I saw Laura, and nobody knew about her, and I'm kind of the no good loner kid, so I'm really good for this murder.
Yeah, I'm the perfect patsy.
Yeah, he's pretty much perfect. I love this line. I love this line that Donna says right here. Because we don't know what this means until Fire Walk with Me.
Even Donna doesn't know me.
I knew her better than she thought I did.
As we found out, yeah, definitely. Especially when she tries to be Laura.
Yeah.
A little bit.
She said Bobby killed a guy.
Bobby killed a guy.
Bobby didn't tell her. She watched him do it.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah. I had to see you. You need to stay the hell away from Bobby and Mike. So break up with Mike. I do kind of feel bad.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I do kind of feel bad that this romance never actually got to happen. Like he never came back from what's her name's house to be with Donna.
Yeah.
Or he didn't go to New York with Donna, or he and Donna didn't get back together when she came back home or something like that. So
that was all on James, really. I mean,
yeah.
He could have stayed.
Yeah, he kind of
Donna wanted to be with him.
Yeah, and I think by the time when he came back to Twin Peaks, wasn't she gone in Florida with her dad by that point? I forget where she was.
Yeah. Then he ends up, as we found out in I think it was the final dossier, that he went off and got arrested.
Mm-hmm.
And put in prison.
For a little bit.
For a little bit. Then he had to do this deal.
Yep.
That he couldn't leave the area or something. Until Big Ed got him out, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Something like that, yeah. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Yeah. So that happened.
Yeah, so cute.
Yeah.
Everything is so meaningful to...
Well, and it's very high school.
Yeah, I was going to say, everything is so meaningful when you're a teenager. It was interesting. I was watching that clip of Will Wheaton talking to a 9-year-old about being bullied for being a nerd.
Right.
And he said everything seems so huge right now, but remember, you go to school with 400 people, and there are 50,000 people here this weekend that like the same things you like. So
I love that. That was a great response.
Don't let those. I mean, and the thing is, we think that what the bullies do is just as stupid as they think our stuff is. We're just nice enough not to say anything about it.
Yeah.
Those are sirens, and not the mermaid kind. Okay.
Right.
Yep. I just rode around most of the night.
Why are you whispering? That's what I want to know. Is
Because
why are they whispering in the scene?
because Dr. Jacoby is listening.
But they don't know that. That's also kind of creepy. It's like
I know.
they're being watched by a creepy psychiatrist who's apparently stalking.
Why does it take so long for him to lose his medical license?
Right.
It takes way too long for that to happen.
Right. And I want to know, for one thing, how long was he stalking them? Or was he just wandering around the woods and go like, oh, hey, there's Donna and James. Let me watch them for a while.
See, yeah, and he says, I just don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember what he says.
But it's like, was he following one of them? And then because he was trying to get that necklace? We don't know.
Yeah.
Was that just fortunate timing on his part?
I think he followed Donna.
Presumably. But, she was
Yeah.
at the Roadhouse. So how did he get over there so quickly without riding on
I have
James's
no idea.
motorcycle? That makes it... See, the timing of this doesn't work for me.
Yeah, it's very strange. But did you notice that there was like a shadow over that stone there for a second?
Yeah.
What goes around comes around.
Comes around. Round and round.
I'll tell you why.
He didn't do anything.
Yeah, well,
But he's our prime suspect.
he's really, really, at this point, he's really good for it. And as the story unfolds, Leo is really good for this murder.
Right.
It really seems like it should be Leo.
And Cooper,
She's
right
probably
off the bat,
right,
saying
and
she's probably,
I love that about Cooper. Cooper is not gonna. He's
Yeah.
not just gonna look and say, "Oh, he's the oh, look at those acid wash black jeans."
Right.
That's awesome. Yeah, Cooper's not gonna just go on appearances and be like, "Oh yeah, he's the biker loner. It's probably him." So put James in number 4. Chad's cell.
Chad.
You know what? This is not the time, Donna.
Well, remember, she does get kind of turned on by the James being in the jail cell.
It's like she wanted to do it with me through the bars.
How messed up is that?
It's so weird. It's
weird.
so Donna trying too hard. It's kind of adorable,
Right.
frankly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, look at that acid wash. I love it.
Yep. So, hey, we'll just put James back here with the guys that want to beat him up.
You know what I realized?
I'm sure nothing will happen.
You know what I just realized? That by 1992, we were all dressing like Bobby Briggs.
Right.
This is 1989. So, and they talk. I remember Pearl Jam.
They were ahead of the curve.
Pearl Jam talked about this when they would be interviewed on MTV about the whole grunge fashion movement. And
Right.
I think it might have actually been Eddie Vedder. And he's like, "Have you been to the Pacific Northwest? It's cold." It's
Right.
like, that's why we wear these clothes. It's cold.
That's why we wear flannel.
We wear flannel and we wear thermal shirts. It's freaking cold
Right.
here.
Yep.
So.
But we want to wear the cool T-shirts, so we wear the flannel or the thermal underwear under.
We wear the thermal shirt, and then we put the T-shirt over it, and then we have our
Right.
flannel on top of that, or our leather jacket, or whatever. But seriously, yeah, Bobby Briggs is rocking the grunge look in 1990 before any of us were really doing it yet.
Yeah.
Because this was like April 8th, 1990. I'll bet you anything, the number 1 song was still like Ice Ice Baby or something.
Yeah.
Smells Like Teen Spirit had not dropped yet at all.
No. I love Doc Hayward, the way he handles this.
And I just love how he's very calm. He's like, I hope you can appreciate after the day we've had, you going missing is freaking terrifying to us as parents. So, why aren't we there right now?
A policeman's dream.
Oh my God. I want those coconut ones right in the middle. Oh.
I got mine. I just want to know if they got some nice glazed.
Oh.
What?
No, but
And
there's sour cream on the end.
There's powdered donuts, though.
Powdered
I want the
donuts,
powdered ones.
sour
That'll
cream,
work.
and then the coconut, which I love the coconut ones.
She's got 2 things of coffee there.
She knows how this works. I love how he's
the
it's
bear
like
claws on it by Cooper.
it's like 11 o'clock at night. He is just now thinking about a hotel room.
Right. He's not really focused so much on that. He's just like, as long as I get a clean place, reasonably priced.
A bed, a bathroom, a telephone, and sometimes a television in the unlikely event that one day I'll get to knock off early. He's not mentioning Wi-Fi.
No. Yeah, that didn't exist yet.
Yeah. None of that. None of that is a necessity. Like, nobody has a computer in this office.
Just want a place where I can get a very old waiter to take forever to
bring me some warm milk whenever I can't sleep.
Yeah.
After, shooting some people.
And to kind of leave me like lying on the floor bleeding out.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah. As long as I can get that, I'm good.
This is so ridiculous. What the hell is this crap?
Yeah. So we're just gonna bark at Bobby. At James. Excuse me. We're gonna bark at James. He's doing the Cameron shout.
James looks like he's about to. Here's where Cameron goes berserk.
Berserk, exactly.
James looks like
here's where Bobby goes berserk. Yeah.
James looks like he's about to turn into a werewolf.
Right.
It's pretty strange.
He does kind of have that Cro-Magnon forehead.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
I understand you wanted to see the sheriff up here. I wanted to see the sheriff in my pants. Yeah.
Get a little sweet lovin' down by the fire.
We're gonna make love.
She's at it again with the sheriff.
Let's get together and talk about it.
Talk about it.
You, me, and your feet.
Phone sex. 1990.
See, I feel like, just the way she's looking right there, it's like, does she kind of like Benjamin Horne? Because I feel like their whole relationship is kind of like they're like hate screwing each other,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's a revenge thing. She's getting revenge on Pete because she hates Pete.
I don't even know if she's getting revenge on Pete. It's like almost like she's
well, I mean, just the fact that I don't know. It's just she loves the idea that anybody but Pete, really.
I don't know. It's just very strange. Okay.
Red means stop.
Yeah, red means stop, and
this scream scared the bejesus out of me when I heard it the first time.
Yeah. This is an interesting nightmare to have, my darling.
This was one hell of a cliffhanger that first night. I saw.
Oh, yeah.
And the nightmares.
Who is this? And we haven't actually seen anybody in a jean jacket yet.
Nope.
And when we do see somebody in a jean jacket, it's Bob.
Right.
So, boy, does that take us off the scent.
It's misdirection.
So there we have it, everybody.
That was our very first episode of Twin Peaks.
The hour and a half.
30 years ago and a day. Hope everybody
enjoyed. The hour and a half that changed television, y'all.
Pretty much. And appreciate everybody listening to that right along with us, following it. Obviously a game changer.
Mm-hmm. So. Very much so. So good.
And, yes. As we listen to the Laura Palmer's theme, closing credits.
Laura Palmer's theme.
And then you hear this Lynch Frost.
Look at that old Lynch Frost Productions.
The original, before the formal one. Yeah. That was
interesting.
Right. They hadn't gotten their final logo yet.
Yep.
So, all right. So, everybody, now, unfortunately, we didn't get any feedback about
everybody's too depressed and or
right
busy with
busy live tweeting apparently.
Yeah, but, everybody's celebrating in their own way.
Yeah, but before we do that, before we give our contact info, what's your rating for this pilot?
Oh, this is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
this is a 10 flat rear tires for me.
I give it. I think I went back to my original rating, and I'm still sticking with it. 10 out of 10 broken heart necklaces.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Buried in dirt. So, all right. So if you want to reach us, please reach out to us at ghostwoodpodcast@gmail.com.
The
That's
Gmail.
ghostwoodpodcast@gmail.com, or at ghostwoodcast on Twitter. Or you can reach out to us on Ghostwood, the Twin Peaks podcast on Facebook, where if you follow us on Twitter, we can do things like live tweet Twin Peaks and so on. But
Heck
on
yeah,
Facebook,
we can.
Xan and I can post all kinds of cool Twin Peaks links to stuff in our new episodes as they come
goofy
out.
Twin Peaks links, whatever we got.
Exactly. Or the Twin Peaks shit posts that Xan is a particular aficionado of.
That Xan just loves for no really good reason.
Well, it's Twin Peaks. Well, you don't need a reason.
Yep.
You don't need a reason. All right. So, Xan, where can they reach you?
Well, I'm on the Facebook, Xan Sprouse, and I'm on the Instagrams and the Twitters as Udinax19. What about you, Charles?
Well, I'm at Charles Skaggs on Twitter, at Charles Skaggs on Instagram, Facebook, of course, Charles Skaggs in Hilliard, Ohio, and or you can check me out on my blog of geeky things.
Damn good coffee and hot.
Damn Good Coffee and Hots, where I talk about Twin Peaks, David Lynch stuff, and yesterday I actually posted this big, long timeline of the past 30 years.
That's right,
of being
you
a
did.
Twin Peaks fan.
It was very all-inclusive.
Yeah, and also showing my personal connections to various events throughout the years. And I hope you check it out. I had a lot of fun writing it and going back down memory lane. And it was fun, trying to get everything in some sort of chronological order and trying to remember. Now, obviously, it's not complete, but even just right now, what I've got is prints out to 4 pages. So
wow.
So needless to say, I did a little writing on that, but I hope everybody checks it out and enjoys it. Otherwise, you can get all kinds of comic book sci-fi news and news of my other podcasts. Titan Talk, the Titans podcast that I do with Jesse Jackson, or the Phantom Zone podcast that I also do with Jesse. We're going to be doing a new episode of what comic book TV shows you can binge watch as you hide out from the coronavirus. So please look out for that. Or Next Stop Everywhere, the Doctor Who podcast that I do with Jesse and assorted special guest companions, including a certain Xan Sprouse. And,
yes.
And right now we're in Torchwood month, where
who the hell orders pizza under the name Torchwood?
Exactly. We just talked about that.
That is my all-time favorite quote from that entire series.
Well,
who the hell orders pizza under the name Torchwood?
Well, then you should listen to the episode that we just recorded, episode 179, where we talk about the very first Torchwood episode, Everything Changes. Then it has that quote in it. So,
love it.
Yeah, we just did that. And then coming up, we're going to be, we're doing this in 3 parts. We're going to be reviewing Torchwood Children of Earth, which features a certain Peter Capaldi, whom you may have heard of if you're a Doctor Who fan. And is in my opinion is the best thing Torchwood ever did. It's so good.
What was give us Peter Capaldi?
Well, that and also Torchwood Children of Earth, which was the best story they ever did, in my opinion.
Children of Earth, really?
Yeah. The 5 episode series.
Yeah, but I think my personal favorite
what's your personal?
I can't remember the name of it. It's the one with the night circus people that come off of the film and take the.
Oh.
What is that episode called?
I can't remember, to be honest.
But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The one where they try to suck the life out of Owen, but he's already dead, and they're like, "What on earth are? There's not a breath in your poor sad body. What on earth are you?"
So that was during season 2, which was right.
Yeah.
If Owen was dead, yeah.
So if Owen was dead.
That's the season before Children of Earth.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. But.
So yeah, we're doing that right now this month. We're doing Torchwood episodes. So.
Yeah, I was I remember seeing the previews for the movie The Arrival, and thinking that's very Children of Earth. Just with the aliens in this smoky glass room.
It is, and that's probably one of the things we're going to talk about during our review.
Yeah.
And we got special guest Holly Mack joining us for the first two parts.
Nice.
So Holly's very cool. So please check that out. Next Stop Everywhere. Otherwise, next time on Ghostwood, I'm guessing we're going to go back to The Return, right?
Yeah, let's go back. Let's finish it up. Let's finish something we started for once in our lives.
So Ghostwood 73, we're going to talk about, exactly, for once. The Return Part 13, a.k.a. What story is that, Charlie? No relation.
Here's to Billy.
And so, so we get a little bit more of Audrey.
You have no balls.
Yeah. Hold on, I got to do this.
Is it Ghostwood here?
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
So,
it's so great.
We're gonna have a lot of fun with that, obviously, because hey, Xan obviously is a huge Audrey Horne fan.
Yes.
So, so everybody, come on back for Ghostwood episode 73. What story is that, Charlie? And Xan, any final thoughts before we sign off?
I just got a shout out to my friend Jess.
Yeah.
Some sort of quiz about which badass female characters are you? And the first one came back as Audrey Horne, and she's very young, and so she posted it on Facebook rating, "Who's Audrey Horne?" And I'm like, wait a minute. What do you mean, who's Audrey Horne? I have failed you. Once this plague is over, you're going to come over and I'm going to show you exactly who Audrey Horne is. And she writes me back. She's like, so it's a compliment? I'm like, oh, hell yeah, that is a compliment. You take that and you run with it. Yeah, you take that victory and you go.
Oh my God. Like, what kind of, she had no idea what Pandora's box she opened.
Oh, that is a Pantera's box you do not want to open.
Nice Pantera's box. That's
please don't correct me. It sickens me.
Nice. All right. Everybody stay safe.
Stay inside.
Stay smart about everything. And keep your distance. Wash your hands.
But don't look like you're trying to keep your distance.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Keep your distance.
Fly casual, everybody.
Fly casual. All right. So before we go right into like a whole bunch of Superman the movie quotes. Star Wars
back.
Star Wars quotes. I'm sorry.
Okay, Charles needs to go to bed, everybody.
I need it. Well, I need some caffeine or something.
Yeah.
So obviously, we've been at this a long time because we're going on 2.5 hours of talking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
No, 3.5 hours. Excuse me.
We've only recorded 2.5 of it.
Yeah, exactly. So everybody, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time right here for episode 73, Ghostwood, the Twin Peaks podcast. Goodbye, everybody.